Hello there. I am Rene Brent from Rene Brent Hypnosis. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I've been a registered nurse for 30 years and now a clinical hypnotherapist in my private practice in Maitland, Florida. And I really love the science of the mind and the body to help people get past any blocks that they may be experiencing. And today I want to share with you, I'm almost done with this series of my book, How Big Is Your Butt? Woo, hard with the glare there. Chapter 10. And chapter 10 is called Give Me an S, Please. So here's a riddle about what the S is. So, what do most people want, but many can never get? That's right, sleep. Sleep. This is very important. The lack of sleep is affecting our country and our world. And I truly believe that if people got more sleep and had more sex, they would be, responsible sex. They would just like the S words, like, man, we would just be so much more positive and happy and alive and nicer to each other. So it's really my passion to help people sleep again. And this is one of the reasons why I put a whole chapter in How Big Is Your Butt around sleep. It's very important. And I think I have a big chunk of that in my next book called How Breaking the Worry Agreement, coming out in January. So it's very important for me to get people to sleep. And I want to help you understand that you can sleep again. If you're having issues with sleep, you can learn to manage the subconscious mind. Generally speaking, when we feel safe, when we feel that we're connected to our inner thoughts, our subconscious mind, and we're not avoiding and suppressing all day, your mind will quiet down at night. And if you're ignoring your subconscious mind, if you're disconnected and pushing down your emotions and your beliefs and your frustrations and your worries all day, keeping busy, right? We're built on chaos, trying to keep ourselves so preoccupied during the day that we don't want to think about it. We don't want to feel it. We don't want to experience it. And if you do that up until you go to bed, and then when some people get home and it's quieter, then they'll, to avoid all the things they've been suppressing down, then they may overeat or overdrink, and over something to avoid feeling what they're feeling. That's a symptom. So if you're doing that, if you're avoiding all day, pushing it down, pretending like it's over here, I'll just get to it later. And by the way, it's not your fault. That's how we're taught to manage our life, is just carry on and get on with it and push that over here. I don't have time for that. There's too much stuff to do in my day. But if you do that, and at night you tend to drink, a little bit more wine than you want to, or eat too much snacky, sugary, carby foods, when you put your head on a pillow and you're expecting your body and your mind to go shh, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do that if you've been busy, busy, busy and creating all this chemistry, negative, caustic chemistry all day, and these high electric of brain waves, a high brain waves called a high beta. When you do that all day and then you try to say, oh, I'm better, I'll just drink or I'll eat some sugar, man, you're expecting a lot out of your body and your mind to just go quiet on a pillow, and it's very difficult. So what I tell people is, one of the first tips I'm going to give you in this is to learn how to manage your subconscious mind. Just check in through the day. Learn some techniques through the day. So when you put your head on a pillow, your subconscious mind isn't screaming at you. Then you're not physically and having a hard time neurologically quieting down your brain waves and just all the negative chemistry that you've been creating all day. So it's very important, if you want to go to sleep at night, quiet mind and body, you must pay attention and allow emotion through the day. I'm not saying swim in it. I'm not saying cry about it. I'm saying just learn some techniques to say, hey, I see you, but right now I got to be the adult and I got to work and I got to, help these kids online go to school, and I got to run my business and I got to clean the house. I get it. But it's very important. There's a high price to pay if you're not sleeping at night. High price to pay. And generally speaking, people who have a hard time going to sleep are very concerned about the past. Things, your mind spinning, you're running over what the boss said or what your husband said or your wife said that day, or a friend called you and she said something or he said something that hurt you. This is mind spinning, and this is worried about the past. It's already happened. But when you put your head on a pillow, now your subconscious mind is trying to help you process it, and off to the races you go, creating chemistry that is going to go against your ability to quiet down your body and your mind. Now, if you do go to sleep, let's say you have a couple of glasses of wine and you do kind of pass out, and then no judgment, I understand it. I understand that people are just trying to quiet the chaos in their brain, especially now during COVID and the holidays. I just did a Facebook Live and I put it on my YouTube channel, Rene, Brent, Hypnosis, my YouTube channel, because I want people to have some tips to be able to manage COVID, and I talk about my own experience. So check that out on my YouTube channel, Rene, Brent, Hypnosis. But if you're waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, which I hear a lot from my sleepers, I've helped a lot of people go start sleeping again. People who hadn't slept for years, really 4 or 5 hours for years, learn how to manage your subconscious through the day, and then they start sleeping again at night. And it's like their world changes. They're more connected to their body. Their relationships are better. Their mornings are more vibrant. They need less caffeine and sugar through the day. And it's just feeling like you're in control again. But people who wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, generally speaking, are worried about the future. There's concern about family. There's concern about money. There's concern about the worries. Man, people worry. Worriers wake up about 2 and 3 in the morning and they go. They go. This is one of the reasons why I wrote my next book that's coming up in January called Breaking the Worry Agreement. I wrote that because so many of my sleepers were worriers, and people who were really having a lot of anxiety in their life were worriers. So I felt like I needed to have a book that really addressed that and how to manage that and shift that. Now, I've been a nurse for 30 years, right? I love the mind and the body, the science, is we all have a natural, what's called a circadian rhythm, that it's beautiful how our body is made. It's amazing that it can generate and balance all of these neurotransmitters and these chemicals and these proteins. It's incredible. It really is. The body is magnificent. Whether you believe in God or not, man, this is one beautiful machine, right? And we should always, always thank our body for just keeping us alive and running and making sure our potassium and our sodium is all in balance. I mean, that's pretty amazing system. But we all naturally will have rhythms through the day, like around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, you might feel a little low because you're doing some processing and your circadian rhythm is shifting. But that also happens around 2 or 3 in the morning. And 2 or 3 in the morning, and around 2 or 3 in the morning, we as a species, as our ancestors, had to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning to stay alive. We had to check the fire. We had to make sure there weren't any animals, the predators around. We had to, scope things out and check them out. And we used to get up, do what we need to do, take care of things, maybe have a cup of tea, maybe some family members got up, and then everybody went back to sleep until sunrise. But we, as human beings in today's world, have so much going on. Our world is so complex, especially in 2020, that when you open your eyes, if you don't know how to manage your subconscious mind and you haven't been managing it or talking to it or being the boss of your subconscious mind, it's like, hey, we're in the bathroom. Now we got to think about blah, blah, blah. And now we got to make sure we do that in the morning. And now, oh my gosh, what's tomorrow going to be like? I can't get back to sleep. This is what happens. And then we're off to the races. So there are a couple ways to manage all of those things. And I'm going to give you some tips today about how to do that. But it's very important to understand that not only lack of sleep affects us feeling alert and aware and present in our life, but the continuation of sleep, like more than a month, if you're having insomnia for more than a month, then you need to go to a doctor. You need to make sure there's not something else going on for you and see a professional. Because research shows that, what is it, 1 out of 4, I'm sure it's more now, 1 out of 4, especially during COVID, 1 out of 4 Americans are on sleeping medications. Think about your own house. Who's taking sleep medication? Some kind of sleep meditation. Sleep medication, melatonin, Ambien, something like this, right? A lot, a lot. And I'm not telling you to go off your sleep medication. If that's the only way you can sleep, it's very important for you to sleep. But if you've been on a sleep medication for years, it's just a Band-Aid on top of something that's preventing your mind from relaxing. And it's very important to do your own inner work and make sure you don't have any medical conditions, and learn to sleep naturally. Don't ever go off medication, sleep medication, without professional supervision. That's very important. You can really screw yourself up by doing that, but it's important to sleep. So if you need it, I'm a nurse, I'm a hypnotherapist, I live in both worlds. I know that sometimes we need medication, but if you've been on medication for more than 6 months for sleeping, you're just going to need bigger Band-Aids. And that's when melatonin doesn't work, and then you need something else. And then Ambien doesn't work, and then you need that extra glass of wine. It just adds on. And the health problems that you develop from not allowing your body to rest and reboot are very high. A lot of chronic illnesses and diseases can be directly related to lack of sleep. Diabetes, increased blood pressure, cancer, and obesity have been a very high relationship to lack of sleep. It's pretty interesting when you think about it, because it's like your computer. I know not all of us turn our computer off or laptop off, every night. But what happens if you don't turn it off and it doesn't reboot? It just starts going slow. It runs slow. You have all these, files opened up and these tags, and it's just almost impossible for your body to manage when you do that, when you're not rebooting at sleep. So sometimes you have to turn off your computer and just let it rest and then reboot it. And that's what we have to do at night. We absolutely have to run this machine, to have all the chemicals that we need to run effectively with health and for us to be happy. If you're not sleeping, it's very difficult to find true joy and happiness. And that's just sad. It's just sad. Everybody deserves to be happy. And if you can find some ways to sleep again, then let's go for it. Let's do it. And let's do that. And I have a whole chapter in How Big Is Your Butt around that. Now, I want to tell you just a few things really important. I said obesity can be caused by lack of sleep. There's an incredible hormone, ghrelin, which is responsible for your hunger cues. And it is definitely related to our sleep, as amount of much sleep as we get at night. So if you're not sleeping, if you're sleeping 4 or 5 hours, this chemical is messed up, this protein, and you're not going to know. You're going to have increased hunger. You're going to not know when you're full, really craving for sugars. So it's really important, just that. If you're trying to lose weight and you can't, look at your sleep. Look at what your body's doing. Right? I work with a lot of people with emotional issues around eating and that sort of thing. But I have people that come in that are eating healthy, they're exercising, and they just can't release weight. So then we start looking at what's happening with their sleep. And if we can tweak that and teach them how to manage a subconscious mind, it really makes a difference. They really start, their body starts allowing them to release weight. The other thing is a neurotransmitter called adenosine. Adenosine is crucial for our ability to sleep and be alert the next day. As you move through your day, when our cells, are firing and expressing, they release something called adenosine. And as adenosine rises through the day, dopamine lowers. And dopamine is responsible for our focus and our drowsiness. And so it's very important when you sleep for a long period of time, your body now reboots, it's exchanging, it's doing all these incredible things. But adenosine is very important because it can set you up for a lack of sleep or an ability to sleep. So we need a longer period of time. The period of time that you need for sleep really varies on age, but you know that between 7 to 8 hours is what people need. And the optimal hours to sleep is between 11 and 7. Those is when your circadian rhythm are really firing good for you to be able to exchange adenosine, to exchange these extra proteins and neurotransmitters that we need to really function fully in the next day, to really reboot our machine. So adenosine is firing through the day and it's rising, and dopamine is lower. And then when you go to sleep, adenosine is lowering and dopamine is rising. And then you wake up in the morning feeling a little bit happier, a little bit more focused, ready for the day. But if you're cutting that short, you have a lot of adenosine left in you and a lower level of dopamine. Also, when the dopamine is lowering through the day, that's why a lot of people have if you've learned to eat sugar to make you happier when you're bored or drinking, this is why, because your dopamine levels decrease in the evening. So you want to find ways to help yourself feel better in the evening other than overing on something that might not be as healthy of a choice for you. No judgment, I understand it. Your mind's just trying to help you. But it's very important for you to get that restorative sleep. Now, here's a cue. They say, research shows that 15 to 20 minutes of a meditation is like 4 hours of restorative sleep. So if you spend time during the day, even if you do 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there, what you're doing is just quieting the machine, your body, your mind, so you can just get these great chemicals and feel better and let your body know I'm in charge. It's very important. So sleep is very important, not only for general health, but state of well-being. And it affects, if you're not sleeping, my sleepers, I wish I could, see your hands right now, it really affects your day. It really affects your ability to manage your kids. It really affects you working and being focused and being present in your job. So sleep, sleep, sleep. Please find a way to sleep. You can sleep. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. So again, sleep can be stress-induced or situational. I am like a pro sleeper. Like I can sleep. I can tell my partner, David, I think I'm going to sleep, and he can ask me a question and I'll be asleep. Like it's like that. I know when my dopamine level is low enough and I go to sleep, and I honor that. And I also, something that I do is manage my subconscious mind through the day. I happen to have a great job and I put people in hypnosis all day long. So when someone's in hypnosis, guess what I do? I drop down into a quiet, relaxed state. It helps me connect to my clients, but it also helps me physically and emotionally to be present, but also to sleep great at night. So I'm a great sleeper, but I went to Australia in December to see my sister. Thank God I went before that, because I don't think I would have been it. And it was very important for me to go there for a lot of reasons. And I went, and I was down and up in Australia in a week. So I was basically on the ground like 4 days, because you have 2 year travel there. And it was amazing. I would do it again in a heartbeat. But when I got back, man, did I mess up my circadian rhythm, my natural cycle. And my mind was busy with some other family issues. So I had a hard time sleeping, and I was miserable. Oh my God, I understood my clients. I was like, oh my God, how are you managing? Because I would go to sleep and I'd wake up, 2 or 3 hours later, maybe around 1 or 3 o'clock. And I couldn't go back to sleep. And it was so frustrating me. And I really disliked it. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the tools that I use to shift that around and reminding myself, no matter what's going on in my life, that it is safe for me to go to sleep at night. Let me say that again to you. No matter what's going on in your life, whatever situation, it is safe and very important, vital, for you to sleep at night and sleep a long amount, 7 hours or so, right? While you're sleeping, while you're in that, our brain processes our emotions. It moves our memories from short term to long term. It does all these chemistries that I talked about in proteins, but it also, dreams are helping us work through our emotions. So if you learn to talk to your subconscious mind, become partners with it and not beating up on it, right? And you say, please, allow me to go to sleep. It's safe for me to sleep. And while I sleep, I will find solutions to any issues going on in my life. Now, hypnosis is just a change in a brainwave that naturally slows down that electrical current down into what's called a delta brainwave, which is sleep. So I'm going to encourage you to go to my website. It's my landing page for my first book. It's not about the book. It's about scrolling up and seeing the email and to put your email in to get a free sleep meditation. So go to practicehappynow.com, scroll up, and you'll see where it says put in your email for a free link to to meditations. And one of those is sleep. And it's a great way to start teaching your mind to quiet down, to know you're safe. It's something I say in the meditation, that I'm safe while I sleep. You'll find solutions. If you wake up in the middle of the night, your mind will stay quiet. Your mornings will be more alert. You'll be more feeling more energetic. This is a natural meditation. So while you're going to sleep and meditating, I'm now telling your subconscious mind what to do and how to do it through the night. And that's a great way to start sleeping. I can't tell you how many people, if I see them or they email me and they're like, Renee, I go to bed with you every night. I listen to your sleep meditation and it's awesome. And I'm so happy. And I've had people that have had one of my meditations for years, and if they lose it or their computer crashes, man, do they ask me to send them a new one, and I'm always happy to do that. So check that out, practicehappynow.com, and it's a great way to start telling your subconscious mind, managing your subconscious mind to allow you to sleep at night. It is safe for you to sleep at night. Now, again, what I said before, when you manage your subconscious mind through the day, it helps. So I've taught this before. I'm going to teach it again. It's on my other videos on my YouTube channel. I have lots of videos on lots of different subjects and techniques on Rene, Brent, Hypnosis, my YouTube channel. And you could subscribe because I put new videos every couple of weeks. But I'm going to teach you how to relax yourself when you're going to sleep if you don't want to listen to my meditation or a meditation, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and you don't want to put a meditation in because you're going to wake up your spouse or your whatever. So this is what you do. So all you do is when you're laying there, this is called the alpha sequence. The alpha brainwave is what you slow down, and that will lead you into the delta brainwave. And if you do this through the day once or twice, or do a meditation, download one of the Calm or Insight Timer or Headspace. I really like that. Those, and you can get a free trial. You can meditate. I just did a video on that that is up on YouTube now about what meditation is and how to do it. So check that out if you want to learn more about meditation. Meditation is self-hypnosis. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Why would we do that? Why is it important to talk to your subconscious mind? Because all this work needs to be done, really healing, fast work. Connection to your subconscious mind must be done in an altered brainwave, which is the alpha brainwave. So when you slow down your own brain waves through the day and you check in, you quiet the chemistry, you quiet the thoughts, it's really going to allow your mind to say, oh, she's listening. Okay, we get that. Or he's listening. I apologize. They're listening, so we don't have to bother them when they're trying to go to sleep. Or you don't need that extra bottle of wine or those, sugary snacks at night. You can just go to sleep and be quiet and comfortable and allow you to go to sleep. It's really nice when you do that. So the alpha sequence is this. So if you're there listening, please don't do this while driving. Just, if you want to close your eyes to start, just relax your tongue. When you relax your tongue, you are disengaging, quieting down the language centers in your brain, which are quieting down those spinning thoughts. This is a great one to do about 2 or 3 in the morning when you've got your whole list of things to do. And I'm going to give you another tip about how to manage that. But if you relax your tongue, you're saying, disengage, quiet down. This is not what we're doing now. Thank you, but no thank you. And then you relax your jaw. When you relax your jaw, you're releasing some of the tension. You're relaxing what's called the vagal nerve that moves our cranial nerve number 10 here down to our heart and our gut. But when you tense or when you're stressed out or when you're holding your breath, you're squeezing on this vagal nerve, and it's sending a signal to your nervous system to fight or flight, to elevate, and giving you all the chemistry that could keep you awake. So you want to just relax your tongue and your jaw and take some deep breaths. Big breath in, slow exhale. Relax your tongue and your jaw. Big breath in, exhale. If you want to tell yourself to relax while you exhale, it's a really beautiful thing to do, because now you're talking directly to your subconscious mind. You have to be the boss of your subconscious mind. Big breath in, exhale, and relax. Say relax. Now, when your eyes are closed and you feel yourself relaxing, you can, what I love to do, I do this many times a day, is close my eyes and look up into my mind's eye. In that, what I call the velvety darkness. Open up to that space in your head and that space beyond that, and float and expand and allow. And as you do that, you will quiet. You can feel it now if you're doing it. You can feel yourself releasing a little bit, breathing a little bit easier, quieting your thoughts. Thoughts are going to come in. We're meant to think it's okay. But just quieting them down, knowing, shh, I'm the boss. Thank you very much, but we're doing something else right now. Learn to communicate really softly and quietly to your subconscious mind. It doesn't help to beat it up. So as you're floating and expanding in that space, you're quieting down your brain waves. And then if you're trying to sleep, then you can count from 10 down to 1. I tell people who are visual to imagine that there's a part, like a building that you're looking at, and each floor is lit up 10 down to 1 floors. And each time the lights go out on one floor, then you become more relaxed. So you can do that, or imagine the number 10 and it disappearing. Whatever works for you. I'm not visual, so imagining a building doesn't help me. I just count down. But as you're there, so relax your tongue and your jaw, breathing in that space. Now you just count down from 10 down to 1. On 10, going deeper, lights out, deeper and deeper relaxed. 9, down, down. It's safe to go to sleep. 8, relax, relax. You'll find solutions while you go to sleep. 7, going deeper and deeper. 6, relax, relax. Trust in your body, trust in your mind. It's safe to sleep. 5, letting go, letting go. You can solve everything tomorrow, letting it go. It doesn't help you. 5 and 4, more relaxed, more relaxed. This is what you're talking to yourself, telling yourself now. I want you to count yourself down now, 3 to 1. Relaxing. Relaxing your tongue and your jaw and breathing. And it's very interesting. When people get good at this, they train their brain for it. Most of them don't even get to 1. They get to 3, maybe 5, and they're asleep. So it's very important. And when you're in that relaxed state and when you're quiet, just allow. It's safe for me to sleep. It's safe for me to go. Now, when you do this during the day, to just quiet your mind, you don't have to have a recording. You can just sit and quiet your body. If you quiet your body, your mind will follow. It's just 3 or 4 minutes. And when you're sitting, relaxing your tongue in your jaw and breathing, look up into that velvety space, the space in your head, that velvety darkness. And when you're there and everything's relaxed, then you just ask yourself, what do I need right now? And your mind will tell you. Your subconscious mind is always trying to talk to you. And when you are not listening, it will start screaming at you. And it might start screaming at you with sleep. It might start screaming at you with aches and pains. It might start screaming with you with weight loss or weight gain or new behaviors. If you're experiencing some of that, your subconscious mind just wants you to listen, to quiet down, and to learn to trust yourself again. In that space, as you look up, you can also ask yourself, what's my next small step? Now, I wouldn't suggest doing that at night because that gets you into thinking about the process of planning. But I want you to just do that and during the day and ask you, what's my next small step? If you're worried and flipping around some kind of goal or issue in your life, what's my next small step? If you do that, that will help. And beautiful. If you have had your eyes closed, go ahead. You can just listen to me with your eyes closed, or know that you can return to this. This recording is going to be on Facebook or my YouTube channel. But some tips, very quick tips for you to be able to go to sleep. Now, if your mind is spinning and you're very, very busy, I want you to just, I'm not a big, you got to turn off your phone, you got to turn off the TV, whatever. Do you. Do you. Don't worry about anything else. You'll be fine. It's not about whether you're looking at your phone. It's about that you're not listening to your subconscious mind through the day. So just start finding some way to quiet your mind and your body during the day. I promise you that will help. But something else you can do through the day is just move your body. Just walk, down the block and back again. It doesn't have to be, working out hard and vigorous. It's not about releasing weight. This is about sleeping and the chemistry you need to be able to do that. And moving your body absolutely 100% has been proven to help people sleep better at night. So drink a lot of water, move your body. But when you come home at night, if you're over drinking an hour before, or drinking anything at all, or eating sugary snacks before an hour, it affects your ability to sleep because it processes it and turns alcohol into sugar, or sugar stays there. And it's hard for your body to quiet down and relax when you have an elevated blood sugar level. And sometimes people will conk out from alcohol, but then they'll wake up later. And it's just because their body is busy processing what they ate or drank that they can't process the chemicals that we need to be able to keep us asleep and quiet. Also, I suggest before you go to bed at night, I keep like a notebook at my bedside. And sometimes if I wake up to go to the bathroom, I'll have like a great idea. I'll just be, sitting there, going to the bathroom, and I'll just be with my eyes closed. And man, my subconscious mind will give me boom, 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 some fantastic ideas for my book or for my client that I'm working with or whatever. So I will take this here, and if it's in the middle of the night, I will write down my ideas. Or if my mind's spinning about what I need to do the next day, either before bed or in the middle of the night, I'll write it down. And when I write it down, and my clients do this, they have great success with it. They say, thank you, subconscious mind, for finding solutions while I sleep. And then you put it down, and then you close your eyes and use some of the techniques. But if you're spinning around planning or worry, your creating chemistry is going to prevent that. So just write it down, bring it out of your mind onto paper, and you will find some relief. So go ahead and do that. And then please get a comfy mattress. Oh my gosh. There's nothing better that you can spend your money on than a nice mattress, a nice sheets to feel comfortable on your skin. Our skin have so many receptors more than anything. It's our biggest organ. So if you're sleeping on scratchy or stuff you've had for 10 years, you're really affecting your kinesthetic subconscious mind, what feels. So a nice sheet, a nice blanket, and a nice mattress will make a difference in your long-term health. If you're like, I can't afford it, you don't have to go top of the line. Some of those are ridiculous. But get something that works for you and your partner, because it's priceless. Because the amount of money that you will spend on disease or managing ill health or whatever, it costs a lot more than spending money on a mattress. And if you wake up, so this is what I want to tell my sleepers. You might agree to that, and then we're going to end here in a second. No sleeper worries about sleeping more than someone who hasn't slept. I know that's kind of tongue-tied, but my sleepers start worrying at about 6 o'clock. Oh my God, am I going to sleep today? Am I going to sleep tonight? Maybe what if I don't sleep? I got a busy day tomorrow. What's my day going to be like tomorrow? I got to go to sleep. What if I don't sleep? And you are infusing yourself with all this chemistry of worry about sleeping, right? Which is going to make you harder for quiet, but also something is happening. There's a mental law called the Law of Reverse Defect, which means the harder you try to do something consciously, thinking about it consciously, the farther your subconscious mind moves away from you. So if you're trying too hard to sleep, I got to go to sleep, I better go to sleep, I got to go to sleep now, I better do, what if I don't sleep? If you're doing that, your subconscious mind is not involved, and you better believe that your subconscious mind needs to be involved to help you. Law of reverse effect. So what I tell people is stop worrying and creating these thoughts about sleep. Just accept, if I sleep, I sleep. The truth is, if you haven't been sleeping for 2 years or 1 month anyway, you've made it through each one of those days, you'll make it through another one. So just flip it around, try it. It can't hurt. Is just stop worrying about it. Just like if I sleep, I sleep. And then if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't go on to social media, please. Don't go on to social media or turn on the news. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. Go do something quiet, right? Do a puzzle, read a book, something like this. But do your best not to go on news or social media. That's a brain killer. That's a sleep assassin. So keep something by your bed. Don't try so hard, because if you try too hard, like you're trying to remember a name or a line in a movie and you can't remember it and it's on the tip of your tongue, that means your subconscious mind's left the building. So it's very important for you to stop, because what happens when you quiet down? What happens with the name? It just pops in. You'll be doing dishes or something or moving, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the toilet and you remember the name. It's because your subconscious mind now has decided to help you and agree with you. It's the same way with sleep. If you just stop worrying and trying too hard, your subconscious mind will be responsive and will help you go to sleep at night. Beautiful. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, any concerns, you want to talk to me about sleep in general, you can email me at reneebrenthypnosis@icloud.com. You could schedule a free 15-minute phone call at reneebrenthypnosis.com, and you'll see a big red button and push free 15-minute call. I'd love to chat with you. Or check out my YouTube channel. I have lots of free information there for you. And not everybody wants to do private work with me, but I really would love people to do that. So go to Rene Brent Hypnosis YouTube channel. Anyway, I hope you all sleep beautifully tonight. Remind yourself it's safe to sleep. Go to practicehappynow.com. Check out the sleep meditation, and do yourself a favor. Quiet the mind. Listen through the day. You got this. Enjoy the sleep. Bye now.